Yeah, folks, Quill18 here, and welcome back to more Let's Play some Starfield with Quill, the Space Trucker. When we last left things off, we'd been roaming around on the surface of Mars, and we recently picked up Percy Walker over here, who wants to meet back up with Hadrian so they can share information about these terrible terramorphs, which are well named. Now, I was thinking, we could keep going on that quest, but I think I kind of want to do some other things. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue until there's a very convenient point where we can sort of say, well, we'll meet up with you later. I guess actually, no matter what, it ends up exactly the same. Now that I think about it. Come on in. I was going to jump off the ledge again, but I was worried that maybe my companions wouldn't know how to follow properly. So we'll take the elevator just this one time. Let's put our gun away.
Hadrian.
There we go.
Percival. My God,
Sarah, you okay there?
You're an old man now.
Have you been drinking too much space coffee?
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here.
It's very distracting with Sarah just sort of freaking out. All right, she's calmed down.
Use the back.
This is a courtesy reminder that despite the low gravity on Mars, a fall into Sidonia's lower level is still likely to result in injury or death.
I love these announcements.
Please exercise caution near balcony edges.
I like how we're gonna have a private discussion right next to the intercom, because you know no one's gonna be listening in. It's fine.
Version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two.
Yeah, no problem. But you know,
I hope it
here's my
ultimately
invoice.
Didn't end up being too much trouble.
Well, too much trouble is exactly how he described the experience I just had.
That's definitely not what I thought I was signing you up for. But thank you.
I mean, as long as the credits are good.
Were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right.
I'm not a mercenary. I'm just a working man.
Sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's going to take to access our old terramorph.
Right, so I'm going to fast forward to some of this
Good place to
convo.
start.
It's in the archives.
Because I'm hoping if anyone has
Doesn't
is
that
watching
mean
this, they've already
in the free stuff?
played some of this
Guess we
game.
can
And,
kiss that.
I didn't
you know,
think the cabinet would...
and if you haven't, then I don't want to
They
spoil
wanna
too
see
much.
this
But there's
analysis
some real bad
and
guys, and we got to
forward.
go into the government archives to get some information about
both
these
of us.
terramorphs. But we're not going to do that right now. You know, I don't actually think I'm the guy to charm the higher ups. So it doesn't sound like run-of-the-mill data you after. I think you owe me an
Of
explanation.
course. You deserve the full story.
I really
Percival
want
and
to play
I,
the game rather
we
than
were
listen to the story.
military-
I mean, I listened to all of this the
After
first time
some
through.
early
The lore is
practice
great.
that-
The the world building is fantastic. Yeah, I know about your
Oh.
history because John
But it was during that
Luanta?
assignment. The project never got off.
Can't
under
remember
the
his name.
watchful-
But the
but
guy
if
who
you can
signed us up
convince-
to be a
and
vanguard,
hopefully...
he told us that you worked with that. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to think about this. I don't think it matters
Of
which of the
course.
three we take.
Take all the time you
All
need.
ends up in the same
I
thing.
need to get this down.
We need to meet
I
you
hope-
outside of
The
Mask,
Red
but it completes
Devils aren't exactly
this
your
quest.
average bar crowd.
All right, so I wanted to
can
rush through
see
that
in
because
their
I
eyes.
kind of
We don't belong here.
I got some money. I got 56 grand. I think we might be able to do a little tweaking to our ship. Although, I mean, do we need to right now? Yes or no? I kind of like the idea of adding some more cargo space to our ship because it's really useful. And I don't know if we need it literally right this second, but I want to do a little ship editing just mostly to show it off. Now, I guess there's not a ship person here, is there? I don't think there is on Sidonia. So what we can do is we can just head back to Alpha Centauri, Jemison, and just head to the New Atlantis spot here. That should land us in the spaceport on Jemison. And there's definitely a ship person there. I don't think there's one on Sidonia. I might be wrong. There's one on most planets. Now, I don't know. I'm guessing what modules are available.
Let me know if we're going to head into the well, so I can watch your back.
See, this happens a lot. Like, the companions will emote, but then you look at them, and they don't actually lip sync anything. Now, I have changed the mod I'm using for the sort of upscaling and frame generation from what I was using in the previous episode. This one seems to work a lot better frame rate than the last one. Things are way smoother, and my CPU usage isn't as high. The link, so down below I had links to mods. The mod that's listed down there for the frame generation or DLSS, or I don't remember what I referred to it as, is the one I'm running now. So the previous episodes I was running a different one, but the link in the description was always the one that I'm running now because apparently time travel is how it works. Now, obviously, I pre-recorded and stuff like that. So yeah, at least on my 4070 here, that is a stupid good upgrade, is the way it feels like. Hopefully, it's stable. So far, so good though. But yeah, the frame rate's gotten so much better.
Need some work done?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, what can I do for you?
So I want to view and modify my ships.
Okay, no problem.
I'm a little annoyed that there's two UIs. Like, so here's the look at and modify my ship, but it doesn't like put us directly into the shipbuilder or the upgrade ship. We still have to hit these buttons, right? Whereas if we pop out and we go to the ships for sale
I'm sure you can
icon,
find something.
right? This is where we buy ships, although we can hit this to R and we can sell extra. I don't know why there's not the upgrade and build mode buttons here. Like, why? What's with the extra menuing step?
Sure, have at.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, here's the Frontier. It's the only ship we have. I don't know if there's a way to rename ships. I did find out you can't sell the Frontier. I guess it's to guarantee that you never, like, screw yourself up and, like, never have a vessel. Apparently you can't sell the Frontier. At least at this point in the game, you cannot. Even if you get multiple ships early on, doesn't seem to be the case. So one of the things I want to bring in here is if you are newer to Starfield, and you're wondering about ship upgrades, the thing I found the handiest early on is just to add some extra cargo space to your ship. And Quill 18, the space trucker here, definitely loves that kind of idea. So right now, our cargo space is limited to 450. Let's see what we can do about that. So if we go into the shipbuilder over here, I mean, we don't have infinitude cache. We also don't have any of the skills that is going to let us access the higher end stuff. But we don't even really want to get into that much combat with the ships. I'm partially wondering about even like just stripping away the weapons. We could consider upgrading the reactor, which is over here. Now we can do that by removing this reactor and adding a new one. You can also use the upgrade ship mode, which is interesting. So we currently have the 330T Stellarator reactor, which is giving us 14 power gen. We could replace it in its own space here with a 340 that ups our power gen to 16, so 2 higher. Also comes with better repair rate and stuff. I wonder, so the repair rate here, is this when we hit O in combat? This will literally just repair the ship faster? That's kind of nice. So, okay, so that's one option. But if we do go into shipbuilder mode, we can actually do more. Like, if I go and remove this reactor. Now, oh, one trick. So if you go to add, this is where you add a component, right? And if we go to reactors over here, and let's say I just clicked on one of these, right? It's just attached to the mouse, and you got to go and find where to put it in. But the other thing, and this took me a while before I realized it, if you just mouse over and you're mousing over a specific node, like this one over here, when you hit G, what it does is it will automatically put the object in that spot, regardless of what it is. And it's going to filter this list. It's not showing us every single reactor or, well, I mean, in this case, this might be every single reactor they have to offer. But for these categories, it is filtering to things that will fit on that node, right? Because some things attach vertically and some things attach horizontally. Some things like cargo bays, actually, that'd be quite interesting. Because if we look at cargo, there's literally only a single cargo bay that can fit in that spot over here. But there are actually many cargo bays available for sale. Just a lot of these only attach to the left or right side of a node, not sort of, front to back like that. So that was a huge lifesaver. Keep in mind, so if we hit G here while mousing over a node, we're not going to see every option. So keep in mind, if you do it this way, you won't see every option available, but you will see every option that will fit there, which is great. Anyway, if we look at that, so it was offering us the 340T Stellarator, but we could go to these toroidals as well. Now, what's the advantage? Well, this one here has up to 18 power gen, which is kind of nice. Now, that makes it a lot more convenient for us to run max engines as well as max weapons, which is that what we're concerned about? I don't know. I mean, it feels pretty natural to do that. And then just get rid of, just delete this old one, which barely refunds us anything. That's the thing. if you make these changes, right, and let's say you exit, right, and you save your changes to your ship, and then you bring it to space and you realize you're not really happy with it, so you come back down and then you're trying to undo things and sell components and stuff, you're going to get basically nothing back from your component. So it is highly recommended that you do a hard save before you do any modifications to your ship, because if you're unhappy with things, you will have basically spent a bunch of money on nothing, and yeah, very bad. Okay, so yes, so I'm still interested in adding some more cargo space to the ship, because Quill 18 Space Trucker doesn't deal well with not enough cargo space here. And if we're going to go and start setting up like bases and things like that, we're going to do that. Plus just general adventuring early on, it means you're freed up to like just start collecting as much as you want. The problem is, currently our vessel here doesn't have a lot of exposed nodes. We've got one in the back here, and I think that might be it. I don't know if there's an option to just, it'd be great to just like have it show all nodes without having to like mouse over here. I mean, if I go into build mode, that is interesting, because it's like, it looks like it's forcing it there, but it's not actually. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, no, is it still defaulting to the last position I had things selected in? Anyway. So the bigger storage nodes, let's look at the cargo. Cargo. So yeah, all except this ballast one here, I think. All of these attach sort of this side. So if we look at the amount of cargo space that these give, the Caravel V102 gives us the most cargo space of 300. Now, they have different costs and different mass. So there's probably one of these where if you decide, I think, let's ignore the cost, because it's not that high. Really, it's like cargo divided by mass that might be the most interesting thing. And there's probably like a sweet spot for it. But let's assume we want to go and attach these things over here. So let's actually assume we want a pair of those. You can duplicate something with Control G. So it's got that. And then this thing here, we're really going to want to split so that we're going to want one on each side of our ship. Okay? One over here. One over here. Excellent. But where are we going to put that on? If we go, so this is a fuel tank. Obviously, we're going to need fuel. But that, and then here's a shield generator, which, again, obviously we're going to want. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, so if it's not latching where you want, and so we did get it there, R and F lets you change what level of your ship you're working on. And see, now all of a sudden, like, I'm on the right level, so it's snapping properly. Here is one level below, and it can snap, but it can be tricky to find the snap spot. So just use R and F to change what vertical level you're at, and there you go. You'll find a much easier snap spot. Now, that's cool, because now we have a lot more cargo capacity. There we go. 1,050. That's a lot of cargo capacity. It's going to serve us very well, but we can't reattach our fuel and our shield generators over here. So I think what we need actually is we need to add something that's just purely structural, just so that we have some more attachment points. Speaking of structural, this cowling here is just a structural element. It's just for show, right? It says structural components largely cosmetic, allow you to modify your ship's shape, size, personality, and silhouette. Costs a microscopic amount of money, does add a little bit of mass. Technically, if you want to optimize your ship, you can go and rip off all these cosmetic bits. Although in this case, we actually do need something just to attach stuff to. Although we could also consider adding another HAB module, right? That's a possibility. And we could add something that actually does something. Like these hab spaces here, these habitation spaces, give you a few different options. Companionway probably feels mostly like a hallway. I kind of hope there's probably going to be a wiki pages that would probably already exist that will describe what is in these things. So companionway versus storeway. Neither one of them lists a feature over here. So it's probably mostly going to feel like generic hallway stuff. Berths over here, if you mouse over, you can see this gives you a couple of passenger slots. There are missions that want passengers to be ferried from point A to point B. So if you want to be able to do that, you're going to have to add some passenger slots. If I go and just go over, so this is armory, and that's it. It doesn't add any actual ship components that we're aware of, but this might be adding a bunch of storage. It might be adding even crafting. We got captain core, computer core over here. It comes with a crew station. And what else? I don't know. The control station here is 4 crew stations if you want to have a bunch of crew on your ship. infirmary, living quarters with more passenger stuff. Science lab, I think at least has a research bay. There's also a workshop over here that's got some crafting if you want as an option. This gets a little bit bigger. Storeroom, companionway. I don't like the look of that. I mean, these are 2 storerooms. Although, in terms of flavor, the Nova Galactic... Here, let's do a Nova Galactic storeroom, just because thematically, again, Space Trucker, we want some more place to store things, and that feels kind of okay. What I can do is I can... Oh, apparently cannot attach you up there? I wonder why that is. What's, What is block? Can I not... Oh, yoink you off, and yoink you off? Really? That's a little disappointing. But not really the end of the world, because we're still getting some extra attachment points. Well, are we, though? No, because we still need some laterals, unless I just get rid of these weapons. I guess... Oh, I think it's because this sticks up a little bit. Okay. Well, that's fine. Now, I can't put anything up higher than this, because the your docking port's got to be as high as it is. But what I could do is I could make us a little bit longer. It'll look a little bit funny, maybe, but is that actually going to be a problem? Let's add a companionway here, then put my cockpit, then... Oh, the weapon attachment ports, are they different? Hang on, if I go and select that spot, and we'll go over to weapons. Actually, it's not cycling to weapons, is it? It's ignoring some categories over here. Yeah. Oh, do I have to put a mount? Hang on, where were the weapon mounts in this? Thought it was in the weapon category. Is it under structural? Oh, there it is. Horizontal weapon mount. What's with this click spot? I don't know what it's trying to... let me go down a level. There you go. And then Control G to copy you. Z to flip you. And, yep, lock in there. Okay, so weapons don't mount to the same just arbitrary spots as anything else. It's got to be these little angle things. All right, so 18 grand. We've stretched our neck out a little bit, and there's a lot more flexibility. We can keep adding stuff to this part if we want. We do have an air, so let's do a flight check. Need more grab thrust. Ship is too heavy to grab jump, reduce mass, or increase grab jump thrust. And we do have... actually exceptionally low mobility here because we have added a lot of weight. In fact, I had a lot more mass than I had been planning on, so I'm not entirely pleased with where we've ended up here. Yeah, that's a little bit of a shame. Actually, oh, I'm assuming the answer is no, but is there any chance this... no, it doesn't. I'm actually wondering about just removing, just doing this. I'm gonna keep our mass a little bit lower. Yeah, nowhere else I can attach these. Just going some laser beams. Yeah, actually, then we didn't even need to increase our reactor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how pleased I am with this. We still have no mobility. Oh, that looks dumb. That. I mean, I was excited about the weapon mounts, but... I don't know. I don't think I'm keen on this, and we still have, like, garbage jump range and things. We'd have to add some more engines. All this just to get the storage, huh? How do we feel? Well, I mean, first of all, the grab drive, I can just go and upgrade that and fix that issue. I think it's the pure grav thrust that we care about. We got a couple of 18. I think it can eat a lot more power, but that's okay. That's only while we're jumping. So if we do this, remove that. There we go. So we're still getting the low mobility warning. And yeah, we don't have anything for group, W1 and W2 over here. Our second and third weapon group. But that's not the end of the world. We could go and tweak to just better weapons overall. Because these lasers are really only good for shield damage. We could replace both of these with... And yeah, see, I'm mousing over this and hit G. The literal only thing that can go on there are weapons. Particle weapons do... No, those are missile launchers. There you go. Do equal amounts of damage to hull and shields. So they're good all-purpose weapons. Wow, this obliterator is super duper expensive. But yeah, let's say we just put on those bad boys. And then, yeah, just assign them to group 1, which is going to be our left click. Now, messages, yeah, still low mobility. It'll still turn like a drunken cow. But you know what? Quill 18 Space Trucker, I think, is going to be happy with this. We're spent about half our money. They get sitting around there. All we've got is some particle weapons. That's it. That's all. Yeah, let's do it. Let's commit to this. So I'm going to exit. I'm going to accept this ship. All right, let's go and take a quick tour to see our changes. Oh, there it is. There we got the cargo containers on the side. Just board. So we've always had this ladder up. Now, previously, this was just going to the docking port, which it still is. Wasn't that above us? Hang on, did I get confused about... Oh, they're not interconnected. Oh, okay. So even though there's a docking port module, like from the outside of the ship, there's a module above our heads. We can't actually walk into that. Okay. So we've got this, which we just added as a storeroom, and that's all. And yeah, I also got a bunch of containers. I don't think it's doing anything for us, other than looking like more cargo storage. Yeah, it's literally not doing anything. But it was there to provide some attachment points. So over on our port and starboard, I don't know which way they were facing. I think that's the front of the ship. Yeah, it is. So, starboard, port, over that way, are the extra cargo containers. And if we come into the captain's cabin and check the cargo hold, yeah, there we go. Mass up to 1,000 we can store in here, which, let me tell you, that sort of thing feels pretty good. So yeah, we can just go and store tons of extra stuff in there. Routinely, when I come on board my ship, I tend to dump all my resources. A lot of times I will also dump the aid stuff, because I end up collecting so much of it, mostly because I want it to be available for cooking. With the Star UI mod, which does include this dump button, it won't dump anything that is marked as a favorite, like anything equipped and anything hotkeyed. So these med packs over here, do I have any trauma kits? No, not yet. It's probably going to dump these stolen med packs. See, because it wasn't favorited. So what I'll probably want to do is do this. And the stolen med packs, it's interesting that it doesn't share the same hotkey, but you know what? Let's grab an amp as well, because I might just want to use one randomly. Could grab some random healing items as well. but I'll call that good. What I'll do is if I'm injured, and actually I'm injured right now, so now's probably the perfect time. I'm just going to go into the inventory and manually just use one of the stolen med packs. Oh, hold on. That's interesting. I clicked here, but it just took from there. I wonder if the 29 is like actually 27 legit plus 2 more stolen ones. I don't know. I guess the other thing I could do is I could explicitly hotkey the stolen med packs. I don't know. I guess it's not a really big deal. So, yeah, the ship definitely won't feel as good. The maneuverability is terrible, but I mean, it's not like the Frontier was going to be a death machine in space in the first place. We just got a couple of particle beams on here for utility stuff, basically. I didn't double check the equip cost. I think the particle beams do use a lot more power. So it wouldn't surprise me if we can't literally 100% all of our systems right now. But let's find out how the configuration looks and how happy we are with it. That's basically this whole episode with shipbuilding, but that's good because it means anyone who's not interested can skip on. So yeah, fully powered particle beam. Oh yeah, there you go. Wow, we still have 1 extra power just sitting idly here. And then if we aim at a blank part of space, you constantly fire, I guess, because they're fully loaded, which is good. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, we could go and add a little bit more power usage to our ship. In fact, what I might want to do is just add like an extra shield or something like that. I don't know, or if we could get more engines, that would be kind of nice, probably, so that we could actually maneuver a little bit more. Yeah, the steering is pretty slow, but Quilly Space Trucker feels right at home. Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I guess what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put a cut in here, and then next episode we'll take our ship somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. Thanks a lot for watching, folks. I'll see you later.